Hi Sagittarius, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here today. So today's reading is a monthly reading for the fire sign of Sagittarius for March 2025. For the reading, I'm doing a 10-card Celtic cross spread using the Everyday Witch Tarot deck, clarifying using the Zillick Tarot, and then there will be one final oracle card at the end from the Ask Your Guides deck, just for an additional message. Okay, do remember to watch not just your sun sign video, but also your rising and moon sign videos. They're really, they're a great way for you to kind of have a more complete overview of the energies that are surrounding you at this time. And, while you might not have messages in one of them this month that resonate, might be in the other. So I do definitely suggest that you listen to all of them. All right, here we go. So center of the spread, you have the Two of Swords. So this is sometimes referred to as the stalemate card, right? It's feeling stuck, not knowing which way to go, feeling as though you're incapable of making a decision about a situation, right? So a difficult choice that needs to be made, but for whatever reason, you thinking that you are incapable of doing that, don't have all the information you need to be able to do that. But it is just, it's mental energy, right? Because it's swords. So swords deals with, it's the mind, right? So it's the suit of the mind, our intellect. It's also communication. So how we get those thoughts across to other people. And you can see that the woman on the card, yes, she is blindfolded, but even though she's blindfolded, she is managing to throw the daggers and hit the bullseye on the dartboard. So, you're being kind of guided. It's like it's an interesting message with this particular depiction of it, because you are being guided to listen to, it's like you already know the answer. So listen to your inner voice, listen to your intuition, even though things might not be 100% clear. It's like close your eyes, throw the dagger. You know what you need to do, right? So you can make the decision. It's crossed by what can help or hinder the Hierophant. Major Arcana number 5. This is associated with the earth sign of Taurus. And the Hierophant is a very religious figure. Obviously, you can see that they're sitting in this meditative pose. So that might be in order for you to gain whatever this answer is or clarity for the Two of Swords. What might help that is by quieting your mind, right? By meditating, again, listening. So the message of intuition, listening to that voice within, going within in search of spiritual guidance. Even though this depiction of the card is quite different, usually the Hierophant is shown as, going off on this quest up into the mountains, being guided by like the spiritual light of the lantern, going off on a spiritual quest, so taking that time out to retreat, to as a spiritual figure as well. The Hierophant can be associated with, like religious institutions, but for the most part here, just looking at these two cards together to begin with, it's like you already know the answer to something here. It's funny because I'm about halfway through the readings right now, and they're just very similar messages coming through for all of the signs. So a lot of repeating cards, which is again why I say it's good. It's a good idea to watch the other videos. So the Five of Pentacles has come out for a number of the signs. This sits in the foundation, so in the deep past, and it's fives are difficult energies because this one it's kind of that lack mentality in the sense that Pentacles, earth energy, has to do with the material things here in the physical realm. So it's the earth, the work that we do, the money we earn. It's our home, our family. And with it being the 5, it's like, you feel as though you don't have enough, right? You're lacking in the material possessions, material wealth. And this can obviously, play out differently for everybody. But the guidance of the Five of Pentacles is to know that there is always help. In this card, obviously on this deck, they've shown this is just a house, but in the original tarot, it's a church, so a religious figure, which is interesting because you do have the Hierophant, which is head of a religious institution. But it's, there is help if they were to just go inside the church and ask for help, and doesn't necessarily have to be a church. I'm just using that because it's the Hierophant. I mean, this can be any type of community support center, or that might work in your situation, but there's help available. So don't get into this lack mentality. There is always somebody there. There's always help, right, to get you out of this Five of Pentacles. Well, you have in the recent past the Magician. This is number 1 of the major arcana, associated with the signs of Gemini and Virgo. And, it's as above, so below. So this Magician has all of the tools necessary, to manifest whatever it is that you desire at this time. So it has all of the 4 suits here, right? And so you've put your set your intentions, put them out into the universe. The Magician now comes in to make those, to bring them down into reality. And the Magician as a number 1 is, it's an ace, so sort of the ace of aces, and aces in the tarot, they are yes cards, they are blessings from the universe. So there's, there's something coming in for you that's, sort of divinely timed or, guided here with this Magician showing up. Crowning your reading, you have the 7 of Pentacles. And, this is earth energy. So you had the 5 of Pentacles down here. I like that there's, there is a progression as we move up to the crowning position here from the 5 to the 7. So, you're out of the lack mentality. And here you are very much focused on, what you are achieving, what you have achieved so far. And you can see that she has planted the pentacle, right? She's nurtured it, watered it. It's now grown. There's fruit on the trees, so she's definitely seeing fruit of her labor. You can see she has a glass of wine there, so she's been able to, make wine out of the grapes. So there's definitely, she's achieved a lot with the 7 of Pentacles, but there's also the message of, okay, and if I continue, with this, or down the same path, am I going to finally get to the 10 of Pentacles? So am I going to achieve what I ultimately want to achieve? Do I need to do anything differently? Do I need to go in a different direction? Do I need to, go off for a different job? So there is a kind of evaluating. So yes, you've achieved something, you're taking stock of what you've achieved, but you're also reevaluating and saying, do you need to stay where you are? Do you need to move on? Which might go back to this 2 of Swords in the center of the spread there, right? This decision that needs to be made. More Pentacles coming in the near future. The King of Pentacles. So he is, King Midas. Everything he touches turns to gold. So he, as the king, he has mastered his suit. So he has mastered the suit of Pentacles, and he's very resourceful, very financially stable. He's a very kind of grounded, down-to-earth individual. Could be somebody that you're dealing with. If so, this would typically be an older earth sign, even though he appears as a male, right, as a king, could be man or woman, but earth energy, so Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So, he is, there's financial stability coming in. And again, huge progression from 5 to 7 to the king. There's like a big jump from the 7 to the king there. You show up as the 6 of Swords. Yeah, there's movement. So you are, I feel that, as far as this decision, if there is a decision between should I stay, should I go, you're going, because the 6 of Swords is moving on, right? And even though she's not exactly sure where she's moving on to, she knows that she's heading into a better situation, right? Usually this shows the woman in a boat, and she's kind of sailing out of choppy waters, sailing into calmer waters. So there's this movement with the 6 of Swords. So there is changes, movement coming in, surrounding you. Ooh, you're the first sign to receive like a love card. Of course, this can also relate to like partnerships, but surrounding you in your environment, 2 of Cups. So some of you, there might be, right, a connection. There might be a romantic connection, a soul connection. The 2 of Cups is the minor arcana version of the Lovers. It's that soulmate connection with another person. And obviously soulmates, we can have many different soulmates throughout our lifetime. They can appear as friends, work colleagues, obviously romantic partners. So if this is to do with, a job, you might be deciding between staying in your one job and heading into a partnership, getting into a partnership with somebody. If it is to do with love, relationship, then, this is a beautiful, loving connection that you have there. And it's water energy. So might have to do with a water sign. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Hopes and fears. You have the Hangman. And the Hangman, it's a major arcana associated with the sign of Pisces, so water energy. And it represents needing to see things from a new perspective. It can also represent kind of like a period of waiting, or, a delay in something, a time out. You can see that this person is hanging upside down from the broom, has chains around his hands, right, his wrists and his ankles, but he has the key. He has what he needs to get out of that situation, right? He has the key in his hands, but he doesn't, because he's very calm. He's meditating again, going back to the Hierophant at the center with the meditation. And he knows that he needs to do this to gain a different perspective. If he were flipped the right way up, he obviously would not have the same point of view, vantage point that he has by being upside down. So you're hoping for a new way of seeing something, a situation, or you're hoping that there isn't, a delay, or that you will maybe move past this. If there has been a delay, you'll move past the delay quite quickly. And as we will clarify this one. Okay, so it's interesting. Again, in all the readings I've done so far, there's only been like maybe one card, at most two, in each of the readings that I've had to clarify. And it's all very similar. It's all very much about new beginnings and heading in new directions. And then there's like just one card that is kind of this one, just like this one, where you feel trapped, right? The Eight of Swords, it is mental energy, right? So it's like a mental prison. So she feels as though she thinks and that she's stuck in a situation, but actually she could easily remove the ties from her eyes and from around her wrists, and she could get out of the swords, right? She's not stuck. It's just she's in this kind of self-made prison, right? It's this mental prison that she's in there. And you have at the bottom of the deck your overall energy for the month. Yeah, here, we'll take these three from the bottom of the deck because I think that they go well together. So the card at the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Cups, so choices, okay? And with the Seven of Cups, sometimes, like, the problem is being able to make a choice, right? Making a decision about something. So if we see, like, put this, say, in the past position, you could have been dealing with this choice, not knowing which one to choose, because each cup here represents something that she would be interested in, she would like. So you might have been dealing with different choices, right? The Five of Wands in the middle position, this is sometimes is when there's, you're trying to beat out other people. Say if you're going for a job and this is other people applying for the same job. So it's everybody, you can see they're all like, they're not trying to hurt each other, but they're definitely kind of looking at each other. They're trying to, one is trying to come out on top here to be the sort of the leader. And so there's a need to beat out the competition. But then you have the Wheel of Fortune, right? The 10 of the major arcana. If things have been on the downturn, if things have been difficult, especially with this lack mentality of the Five of Pentacles, things are going your way. This is a big shift in, in fortune, and things coming around and sort of the wheel turning in your favor here. Let me go ahead and clarify. Again, the only one I'm going to clarify is the Eight of Swords, because I think the rest of the reading is very clear and it's very good, right? You have choices. There's progression as far as your finances, material possessions go. There's a new beginning or manifesting with the Magician. There's movement with the Six of Swords. So, Spirit, please clarify, what is this Eight of Swords for Sagittarius? Please clarify. Eight of Swords. What does Sagittarius need to know? Okay, we'll do one last shuffle. And divide the deck. Okay, so you have clarifying the Eight of Swords. You have the Knight of Cups. So whatever this, this mental prison, feeling stuck, it could have to do with an offer. And again, this could be, obviously everybody is different depending on your own situation. This could be an offer to do with love. This could be an offer to do with a job. The knights in the tarot, they go off on quests. They bring back offers. And in this case, it's, it's that the Holy Grail, bringing back this offer either of love or of something that is going to bring you happiness, joy, something that you're going to be, feel very fulfilled with this offer that this Knight of Cups is bringing in here. So, yeah, I think that, again, it's about getting out of that mentality, right? And just opening up yourself to these wonderful new things that are coming in. Let's try and get you one additional message now from the Oracle card deck. So Spirit, one additional message for Sagittarius. What else does Sagittarius need to know for the month of March? And you have solitude, higher self. And that's interesting because, right, the Hierophant sitting at the center of your spread, that's all about solitude, right? That's what I said about the Hierophant going off up into the mountains to sit in solitude, to sit by themselves. The number on the card, it's 13, which is, so 1 and 3 might be significant this month for you. If we add them together, that's a 4. It's a very spiritual number. So let's read just the main points from the guidebook for number 13. And it says, observation, renewal, contemplation, listening. Your desire to seek solitude is appropriate at this time. You're being counseled by your higher self to retreat, to renew your soul through quiet contemplation. Your nervous system has been overstimulated and you can't absorb any more input from the outer world. Step away and give yourself the necessary peace and time alone you require to vitalize your system. In doing so, you will begin to sense, feel, and even hear the voice of your higher self, but only when you step into more natural surroundings. Reconnect with nature in whatever way is practical given your circumstances. Fully open your heart to your higher self, even if you fear that you can't make contact. You are making contact. Furthermore, your higher self asks you to take your time when contemplating your circumstances and considering your options. Resist the temptation to yield to any sense of urgency. There is no emergency. Your true direction will make itself known if you are patient. Your higher self also alerts you to the fact that not all the necessary pieces of information to make the best decisions may be apparent yet. Your higher self wisely counsels that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is nothing. The message, be quiet and wait, which is interesting because that goes so well with the Two of Swords, right? With the just sort of feeling overwhelmed, not knowing which decision to make, the need for the quiet meditation with the Hierophant card, the Hanged Man, which I mentioned was, about divine timing. So if things haven't happened, there's a reason for that. And then the mental prison of the Eight of Swords. Yeah, there's a need for you to, to disconnect, to spend some time alone, and to really, meditate and try to reconnect or connect with your higher self. So I do hope that those messages have helped. If you liked what you heard in the video, please do give it a like. And also I encourage you to join, right? Sign up, subscribe to the channel. Would love to have you here. That way you will also get notifications for whenever I post new content. And just know that I'm sending you all much peace, love, and light. Bye for now.